Imagine you own a local locksmith store in a small town and right across the street is your competitor. Their business is always busy and their staff is always on the road to perform their services while you're sitting in your office wondering why things aren't working out for you. You went to Google and type in locksmith in your local area and you discover that your competitor is showing up at the first result while your business, there's nowhere to be found. So how do you take your local store and be found online so that not only you can rely on your business location, the foot traffic and word of mouth, but also maximize the potential of your business by acquiring leads online that will turn into customers? That's our main goal for this video. Whether you are a total beginner to local SEO or you're not getting the results from your local SEO efforts, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to get your local business ranked highly on search engines so that leads and customers will start coming to you. Let's go. Hey, it's Jack here from RankMath, the WordPress SEO plugin that gives your business the best chance of beating your competitors on search engines. We put out a lot of videos to help you grow your search traffic, so consider subscribing to our channel to get SEO and business knowledge delivered straight to your YouTube notification. So here's the plan. Let me first share with you why local SEO is so important in case the first locksmith example is not solid enough, and then I'll walk you through step by step on how to set up local SEO for businesses with one location on both the Google Business Profile as well as on your WordPress website. This tutorial is specifically for WordPress users, so if you're not a WordPress user, you may need to skip the parts on how we add schema markups and create locations on the website, but we highly encourage that you watch this video completely and maybe considering switching to WordPress with RankMath as a core SEO plugin because we made everything seamless for you, as you will see in this video. Next, I will show you how to set up local SEO for businesses with multiple locations, and you definitely want to stick with me to the end because I'm going to share with you some awesome local SEO tips to get the results much faster. With all these in place, you don't need to hire a local SEO expert to do the job for you because you'll become an expert after following this video. So why is local SEO important? A research done by Milestone has found that local searches contribute 22.6% of website traffic, which means there could be millions of people visiting multiple websites every day and 22.6% of them come from a local search. So keywords like best restaurants in Dallas, Oregon, or where to buy fish tanks near me, and so many different variations of keywords takes up a big chunk of website traffic. So how does this affect me? According to Rank Ranger, 29% of all Google search results contain a local tag in the results, which is this huge box that takes up most of the space on the search results page. So? And according to Google themselves, 76% of people who conducted a local search on their smartphone visit a business within 24 hours, and 28% of those searches result in a purchase. So that's why local SEO is important in this day and age. Even the older generation may do a Google search before visiting a store. They'll probably check if the store has the item they wish to buy. They'll look at the reviews of the store. They may even contact the store just to make sure that they will not be wasting a trip. Now back to you. Do you think getting your business to rank on the local page and the organic search results are important? If you are ready to get your local store visible on search engines, let's start with the setup. I will first walk you through setting up local SEO for businesses with one location. If your business has multiple locations, this is still relevant to you, so be sure to watch everything. Before we get into the setup that will allow your business to rank highly on the local page, let's understand the factors that influence its ranking. The first ranking factor is the proximity, which means how far away a potential customer is from a business. For example, in my country, Singapore, although it is a small country, it is divided into different areas. If your business is located in the central area, but the potential customer is currently in the western area, and she or he has searched for the term locksmith without any location specified, the businesses that will show up on the local page are those that are in the western area. However, if a potential customer now expands the search term to locksmith central area, maybe that person works in the western area but resides in the central area, so while traveling back, the person is searching for a locksmith. So since the search term is specific to the central area where your business is located, your business would now have a chance of ranking on the local page. That's the first ranking factor. And then the second ranking factor is relevance. For example, instead of searching for locksmith central area, the person now search for unlock doors in central area, which kind of mean the same thing, but it is a specific service. And most likely you will see matching search terms on the results, like provides unlock door service. This really depends on how well your business profile is created that matches the search terms of your potential customers. Everything that you do on the business profile manager has a direct influence on your rankings. Don't worry, I will walk you through the steps on setting up the business profile in a while. The third factor is prominence, which is the degree to which your business is known to your customers. And to determine that, Google analyzes the Google reviews, product reviews, links, articles, etc. that relates to your business. So the more people speaking positively about your business, giving 5-star reviews on your business profile, the better your ranking will be. Now that we know what influences your ranking on the local page, let's start working on your business profile. You have probably heard of the term Google My Business or GMB, but as of November 2021, Google My Business will be known as Google Business Profile going forward. To reach this page, you can either type this into your browser, or if you find your business in the local page, you can click on this Own This Business link and you can connect your business to your Google account. Some of the business information has already been entered for you if you go through this method, but I'll walk you through the setup from scratch. Let's say that I have a locksmith business and the registered business name is Jack's Locksmith. I'll want to put in the exact business name over here, and Google will be matching your business name to those that are already on their database. If there is a match, you can claim the business if you own it legitimately, but if not, you can continue to add your business to Google. You'll start with adding your business name again. This needs to be the exact business name because that's how your customers will identify your business. There is something called NAP, which is you have to be consistent with the name, address, and phone number. So whatever name, address, and phone number you have on the Google business profile, you want to have the same across every other place on the internet. For example, your website, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Twitter, LinkedIn, or whatever. A slight difference in those information in other places could cause confusion not only to the search engines, but to your customers as well. So be consistent everywhere. As for the business category, I recommend that you select the primary business you are in. For example, if you are a locksmith, but you also sell and install digital locks and many other services, then choose one that best represents your business. Maybe the main business you are in is in the emergency locksmith service. You want to choose that. Don't worry much about this. You can change and add more later as it states here. But for now, let's go ahead to the next step. Google is now asking if you want to add a location so that your customers can visit your physical store, office, or whatever place your business is located at. It is not compulsory to have a location, but in most cases, businesses that have a physical business address will perform much better on local searches. So if you have a place for your customers to visit, why not add it, right? Next, you will want to add the address. Make sure that every detail of your address is included. We will start with the street name. And then if your business has a suite number, you want to add it by clicking on the add line. For the addresses in my country, the suite number looks like this. And we will add the postal code. Following that, with the address given, Google will display some businesses that have the same or similar address. If that is your business, you can claim it. If not, select this doesn't match and move along with the next step. If your business provides deliveries or home and office visits, in my example, it is going to be a yes. It only makes sense since we have to visit our customer's home or office to unlock the doors for them. And then we will want to add the areas our business serves. For example, we are located in the central area of Singapore, but we do serve people from the east. So I'll add Tampines. This is not pronounced as Tampines. If you guys visit Singapore, it is Tampines. Then we also provide services to the north, so I'll add Woodlands. And basically wherever your business can operate, you want to add that location here. Let's continue. Now you want to add your contact information. This is basically the business line that your customers can contact. It can be the landline of your support team, or in this case, it could be a mobile number since the service is 24/7. And then you will want to add your website URL here. Click on Next. Now you have to verify your business so that Google knows that your business truly exists and it is not some bogus business. While you're in the midst of verification, you can continue to add information for your business. The information will not go live on LocalPack unless your business is verified. You can continue to add your services. As you can see, because there are so many businesses in Google's database, they can provide you with really good suggestions related to your products or services. So you can add whatever that makes sense to your business, and if you can't find the services in the recommendations, you can add a custom service. We recommend doing keyword research to discover what your customers are searching for. This is part of the local SEO tips that I will share with you in a while. When you're done with your services, let's click on Next. You need to add your business hours. Try to be as accurate as possible. Situations like the example we are working on, the office is open from 9 to 6. And after normal hours, we still take calls around the clock. This is due to the nature of business. So for this case, we will select 24 hours instead. Do note that on LocalPack, your potential customer has this filter function. So if you do provide services around the clock, it is beneficial that you select 24 hours. So stay true to your opening hours and do not abuse this feature. There are some instances where Google makes automated phone calls to verify the business hours, especially for businesses that claim to be open for 24 hours. Next, if you toggle this on your business profile, you may get a request a code button on your business profile, a request a booking button, or simply a chat button. It depends on how you set up your chat feature, and it requires some technical knowledge. If you want to know more about how to set up the chat feature, you can visit Google's guide to have it set up for your business. We have left the link in the description. Next, for your business description, you need to describe what your business offers, what sets you apart from your competitors, the history of your business, and everything else that's helpful for your customers to know. This description will appear on your business profile, so it is important that you describe everything in 750 characters. Do not add URLs or HTML codes to this text field. In our case, we will write something like this. Once you're done, let's click on Next. And then this is going to be important. Just imagine yourself as a customer when you are doing research on businesses you want to be in contact with. I'm pretty sure you want to see images of the business, its staff at work, happy customers, etc. It gives a personal touch and it enhances the trust level between you and the business even before you reach out to them. So on the flip side, you definitely want to add images related to your business, your location, your products, staff at work, and with the permission of your customers, you want to add their images on your business profile. Because all these will be visible whenever your business appear on the LocalPack or on the knowledge panel. So add whatever images related to your business and you click Next. And in this case, because it is an example, I'll skip this. If you want to advertise your business on Google, you can do so. And once your business is verified, your business information will be seen on the LocalPack. If you want to add and edit information about your business profile, you can click on Edit Profile, and these are all the information you can edit. To visit your business profile manager, you can either click on your business profiles or you can visit business.google.com. Either methods will bring you to this page. Any information about your business you wish to add, remove, or update will be on the Info tab. You can change your business address, add service areas, change your operating hours, add products, edit your services, and everything. We'll talk more about how to deal with multiple locations, but for now, that's all the setup you need to get your business ranking on Google's location pack. But make sure that you verify your business. Now we have configured your Google business profile and have the potential to rank in the LocalPack. Let's not forget that you also have the potential to rank organically right below the LocalPack even when your business is not in the proximity. That's what we'll be working on right now on your WordPress website. On your WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins and Installed Plugins. You want to make sure that you have installed RankMath Pro. If you are not a pro user yet, you may want to visit our website and upgrade your account because you will get a lot more benefits than just local SEO. We have made every aspect of your site SEO seamless. You can check out this page to discover all the benefits. Anyway, once you have installed RankMath Pro, hover to RankMath and Dashboard, make sure that the advanced mode is selected. Then you will first want to ensure that the structured data module is turned on. And then you want to turn on the local SEO and knowledge graph module. And finally, the sitemap module. I'll walk you through everything, especially the local SEO and knowledge graph module. On the titles and meta, you will see the local SEO tab here. If you didn't turn on the local SEO module, you will not see this. I'm pretty sure that your local SEO is an organization, but if for some reason you're operating on a personal level, maybe you are a freelancer, you'll want to select the person schema. But for this example, I will select the organization schema. Just note that there are more information to be added if you have selected the organization schema option. Next, you'll add the business name. This business name needs to be consistent with the business name you have added to your Google Business profile. And then we will add the logo of your business as well, because it will appear on the knowledge graph of your business. This is the minimum and maximum resolution. We recommend having a squared image, probably 500 by 500 pixels. We recommend not to go above 1000 by 1000. Then the URL of your business, which most likely is the URL of the website you're working on right now. And for now, we will not be talking about the multiple locations, but we will do it in a while. This is the email you will regularly check for business inquiries. As for the address, if you have selected the multiple locations option, these address fields will be hidden. But anyway, this address needs to be as accurate and consistent with the address from your Google Business profile. It's best that you copy whatever you have added on the business profile and paste it on your website. But if you're confident in what you have entered, that's good too. You will also want to arrange the address formats to match the placement of your address on Google Business profile. So for our case, we didn't make use of the locality and region, so we can remove that. But we have the country right in front of the postal code. You can use this shortcode and add all your business information onto any page of your website. Let me just double check the address format. So I will copy this shortcode. Let me save changes. And onto a page I've just created, let me add a shortcode and paste it here. Let's publish this page and see how it looks like. We need to add a comma here. So back to the local SEO setting, we want to add a comma right after the address. And let's save changes and see how it looks again. Cool. Let's head back. For the business type, this option will be hidden when you have enabled the multiple locations earlier. The business type should be the same or at least similar to the business category you have selected on the Google Business profile. In most cases, you should be able to find your primary business category in RankMath. In our case, it will be locksmith. Similarly, the opening hours will be hidden as well when the multiple locations option is enabled. But if you have a single location, it should be set up the same way as you did on the Google Business profile. For our case, it is open 24 hours on all days. If your business is a restaurant, for example, maybe you have a brunch service and you break a couple of hours before you open for dinner. So the first set of opening hours, it will be the timing for brunch, maybe 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for all days. And then you can add time. For this case, I'll add another set of timing. I'll add 7 entries. And this will be the opening hours for dinner. So maybe from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And as you save changes, this is how it will look like. And then on your business profile, you can edit your opening hours. This will be the opening hours for your brunch. And you want to click add hours, and this will be the opening hours for your dinner. That's how it works. But anyway, let me put this back to our use case. Next, for the opening hours format, by default the 24-hour format is selected, and this is how it will look like. However, if you choose to have the 12-hour time format, it will look like this, which honestly looks better to me. It is what Google uses as well. Then the phone number, remember NAP, we need to use the same number you have added to your Google Business profile. Choose whatever that makes the most sense to you. For our case, it will be either customer service or emergency. You can add as many numbers as you wish. The same goes for your Google Business Profile. But do think from the point of view of your customers. The more numbers you add, the more confusing it gets, especially for your potential customers. For your price range, honestly, it depends on the nature of your business. It would probably make sense to add the price range of all your products. But if you are a service-based business where pricing is subjective, you can leave this empty if you want to. But if you don't want to leave it empty and you want to give a gauge instead, adding a $ signifies that your products or services are cheap and inexpensive. $2 means moderate. $3 means expensive. And $4 means your products or services are high ticket or very expensive. So for our case, I don't think our services are very expensive and we want to portray that as cheap, so I'll put $1. Google Maps API key. If you want to embed a location map of your business, we recommend that you check out this link to get the API key set up. The same link is in the description. Next, if you want to find the geo coordinates of your business, go to Google Maps and search for your business address. If you find your business hotspot, right-click on it and you will see the geo coordinates here. Click on it and you will be copied to your clipboard. And you can head back to your local SEO settings and paste it here. This information is important because it will be added to your local sitemap. We will discuss this in a while. And finally, we have the About page and Contact page. If you don't have these pages, hover to Pages and add New. Add a title, let's say it is About Us. Then you want to add all the business information that your customers should know. Maybe you can add the history of your business, who is managing your business, the services that you provide, some customer reviews, or basically whatever information that will help elevate your business trust with your customers. And then you want to open up the permalink. We recommend having the main keyword in the URL. In this case, it is About. That's good. Once you have published this page, head back to your Rank Math local settings, search for About, and you should see your About page appearing. If you don't see it, refresh this page and you should see it. The same thing goes for your Contact page. And conveniently, we have added a contact page and we have used a shortcode on it. And that's why you're seeing all the contact information. It should include your opening hours, the contact information, the address, and any information that will help your customers or potential customers reach you. And once you're done, let's save changes. That's all the setup you need if your business has one location. You definitely want to stick with me to the end because I've left the best to the last, which are all the tips that will help your business rank highly on both the local pack and the organic search. Now let's talk about the businesses that have multiple locations. What should you do on Google Business Profile and on your website? I highly recommend that before we get into the Google Business Profile Manager, we should set up different location pages on our website. So remember on your local SEO setting, you have this use multiple locations. You want to toggle this on. As soon as you save changes, you will see a new custom post type added here called RM Locations. And there are more options available for you such as the Open 24/7 label, the map style, the primary country, and many others. If you don't like that the RM locations to be called RM locations, you can scroll down to the locations post type name and edit the label here. This is for the singular and this is for the plural. For this example, let's name this as brunch, and as for the plural, we'll put it as brunches. As we save changes, you will see the change in the label name. Now to best explain the options available that we have not discussed, let's create a new location for our business. Let's assume that my locksmith business used to be a single location business, but now I've opened up several new branches to serve customers all over Singapore. So to create a new business location, I'll hover to branches. For you, if you have not changed the label, it will be RM locations, and let's add new. This will look just like any other pages of your website, but on the title of the page, you want to add something like your business name, which in my case, it will be Jack's Locksmith at Tampines, because now we have a new location in Tampines, or Jack's Locksmith Tampines Branch. It has to have the service and the location in your title for local keyword optimization. In my example, I have the service keyword, which is locksmith, and I have the location, which is Tampines. So if somebody types in the keyword locksmith Tampines, this local business page will be optimized for that keyword. But if your business name does not have a service keyword, then you may want to add the service to the title. For example, if your business name is Secura, then you want to have something like certified locksmith in Tampines. You get the idea. Next, you want to add the local business schema to this page. To do that, you want to click on the Rank Maps tab right at the top and select Schema, which is the third icon from the left. And you will see that the local business schema is already added. You want to click on this icon to add the business information of this location. For name, by default, it will take the title of the page you have created, which is Jack's Locksmith Tampines Branch for my case. If you want to customize the business name for this location, feel free to add that here. Otherwise, if you leave this empty, the title of the page will be used. Then for the business type, you can select the option that best suits your business, but for simplicity's sake, I will keep it as local business. Now as for this image URL, this will be the image URL of your logo. I'll just paste it here. If you have a branch manager who takes care of the requests around that area, you will want to add the manager's email address here. Let's assume that my branch manager's email is this. Then the address of your new location. In my case, I will put something like this. But remember, this address has to be consistent with the address from Google Business Profile. So when you add the address later on Google, you will want to compare it to this address here. Changing the address here to match what's on Google is much easier. And then for geo coordinates, similarly, you want to go to Google Maps and search for your business address. If you can find a hotspot of your address, right click and you will see the geo coordinates of your business. Click to copy and then paste the coordinates here. The first set of numbers will be the latitude and the second set of numbers will be the longitude. Then similarly, on top of the email address of your branch manager, you want to add his or her contact number here. If you don't have the secondary number, you can leave it as it is. This is not a compulsory field. Compulsory fields are marked with an asterisk like this. Anyway, if you have all these information like the business facts, value added tax ID, Chamber of Commerce ID, you will want to add them here. They can be displayed on your page and will be added to the local schema. For the price range, as mentioned earlier, you can add the price range of your products or services. For example, $50 to $100. Or if you don't want to specify an amount, you can add the $ indication I've mentioned earlier. As for the currency accepted, we follow the ISO 4217 format. But you should already know the currencies your business accepts. If it is US dollars, it will be USD, Euro dollar, it will be EUR. These are common currency codes you will use on the foreign exchange. If you want to get to this page, we have left a link in the description. For my case, it will be Sing dollars, which is SGD. Payment accepted, this will either be cash, credit card, PayPal, or whatever. The common payment method in my country is cash, credit card, debit card, or nets. For areas served, we will leave this empty for now because we want to rely on the information from Google. We'll get back to this. Now, if your business is open 24/7, just like my imaginary business, you'll want to toggle this on, and the opening hours schema data will be hidden. However, if you are a restaurant with 2 opening hours, you can click on Add Property. This will be opening hours 1. You can set the opening hours. Previously, it was 11 to 2 p.m. And you can add another set of opening hours. We can put this as 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. But my business needs to open 24 hours, so I'll just turn this on. Oh, one more thing before I forgot. You've got to select your time zone. Otherwise, RankMath wouldn't know what time zone you're operating in. Anyway, we are basically done with all the local schema data. And here's the thing, these schema data that we have entered, most of them will be similar for other locations. So instead of re-entering the information for each location, let's recycle this schema by clicking on Save as Template. Once done, click on Save for this post. And then if you want those schema information to be displayed on this page, you can simply add a block, browse all, and as you scroll down, you will find Rank Math's blocks. Let's select the local business block. The reason for this is because we have not published this location page. So let's publish this first. And as we refresh this page, you will see all the schema data appearing here. Click on the block and select the gear icon at the top, and you will see all its block settings. You can choose the type to be address, opening hours, map. If you have connected Rank Math with the Google Maps API key, a map will show on this page. We'll talk more about that later. Or you can select Store Locator, in case you want to give options for your customers to search for your other business locations. Now, before we talk about the block settings, let's check on the permalink. As you can see over here, it is good to have the focus keyword in the URL, so maybe I'll only keep the focus keyword and remove the rest. Now, this is the entire permalink for this location page. If you're happy with this location's prefix, you can leave it as it is. But if you wish to change the prefix, you can go to your local SEO settings, and under location post type base, you can change it to whatever you want. For example, brunch. If you have location categories, this is the prefix. If you want to change it, you can do so. We recommend having everything in lowercase. And as you save changes and refresh your location page, you will now see the permalink looking like this. I'm happy with this now. Now let me quickly add another location, because that way I can show you what these block settings are. I'll head back to the WordPress dashboard and add a new location. Let's say that I'm serving the west of Singapore and there is a town called Jurong. So I'll add a title, Jack's Locksmith Jurong Branch, and I'll save it as draft. Go to Rank Math, select the schema option. I'll delete the default local business schema that is added by Rank Math because I want to load the saved template. There should not be any duplicated schema type. I'll click on the schema generator and select your templates. This is the template we have saved. Let's click on use, and all the saved data are loaded. I'll change the relevant information. And now publish this location. Let me create another location because we have forgotten to create the location of the main branch, which is the branch that serves the central area. Now once done, as you can see here, we have created 3 locations. But this is for the Tampines branch, so I definitely do not want to have the information from other branches on this page. The reason all this information are here is because on the block setting we have selected all locations. So on the Tampines branch page, I want to select the information from the Tampines branch. Now as for this maximum number of locations to show, if let's say that I've selected the all locations, there are 3 branch information here. If it's set to 0, it will show everything. But if I set to 1, it will only show 1. But this is just for demonstration purposes. So I will select the Tampines branch. Now right at the bottom, you can control all the information that are displayed here. So for example, I've displayed the company name. So if I want to remove this, I can just toggle this off. In Singapore, we do not have state. So I'll toggle this off. And if you do not want to show the country and your address, we can toggle this off. But this is important for the address of my country. And if you do not want to show the logo, now even if you do not show all the information, the schema data you have entered on this page are still added to the page in the background if you view the page source. Now say for example, I do not show the primary number and I save this page. If I view the page source, the information is still added to the schema data. But I don't see any harm displaying this. In fact, we need this information. The location business block is a very easy way to display the business information onto any pages. But if you don't like the design, you can always add this block on top of other design blocks to make the page unique and interesting. I'm just showing you a simple way to add schema information for your local business and display them easily on any pages of your website. Now let's select another type. I won't be talking about opening hours because it is straightforward. Now let's select map. The map will only appear if you have created a Google Maps API key and have added the API key to the local SEO setting, as I've shown you earlier. and also you have added the geo coordinates to the schema data of this page. Let me put the live page side by side so you can see the changes as we play with the settings. There are 4 different types of maps. If you select road map, the map will look like this. For hybrid, it will look like this. The satellite will look like this. And the terrain will look like this. Personally, I prefer either the terrain or road map. You can control the size of the map. Let's say the map width is 80%. This will control the width here. 80% will make the map smaller. And I want the height of the map to be bigger, say 500 pixels. As I update the page and refresh the page, you can see the placeholder like this. And it is not zoomed in because of this setting. Right now it is zoomed out, so it will not use the entire placeholder. Now for the show category filter, if your business has a lot of locations and in each location you provide many different types of products or services, you can categorize your locations based on the products and services. You can add the categories at the locations custom post type over here. It could be location categories for you. For me, I've changed everything to brunch, and that's what you're seeing here. So if you have added the location categories, you can organize the location to different categories. But for this case, we don't actually need to categorize the locations because all services across different branches are the same, and we only have 3 locations. Now as for the zoom level, if it is at -1, there is no reason to add the map, honestly. Let's put it at 10. It looks much better, and personally I like the zoom level to be above 15. And here's how it looks like. Here are the other settings for the map. If you allow zoom, on the map you will see the plus and minus icon. If you allow zoom by scroll, the user can zoom into the map by finger or mouse activity. Allow dragging is this. For marker clustering, unless you have locations or branches very close to each other, if you enable this option, on a zoom out map, it will show the number of branches around that location. For the show info window, if enabled, when you click on the marker, the business information will show. The address settings here will control what is shown on the info window. So for example, I do not want to show the email address. Let me remove this. And you will see the email address gone. So that's how this works. And finally, for the store locator, if you want to allow your customers to search for your other locations, for example, I'll search for Bedok, that's how we pronounce it, and the area coverage, I'll put it as 1 kilometer, and I search for it, I will not find any of my stores. However, if the area coverage is 5 kilometers, the Tampines branch will display. If you have many branches, like for example, I put this as 40 kilometers, and right now it will show all the branches of my business. If you have many branches, you can control the maximum number of locations to display. And if you want to hide the radius option from your customers, you can toggle this off and the radius option will be removed. And then you can control the default radius for the search because since now the user does not have control over the radius. You can set it at 10 kilometers or maybe 5. If you have location categories, there will be a drop down like this. And if the user couldn't find their desired location, you can show the nearest location. For example, if I search for Changi, we do not have a Changi branch, so the nearest location will be displayed. All the rest of the address settings control what is displayed on the search result. That's all the basic settings you need to know when you create a new location. Now let me go through my other location pages one more time. But let's recap. For every new location you have for your business, you want to create a new location on your website. You want to optimize the title of the location for a local search term, and you want to add relevant schema information about your location. And then you want to display the information on your page. This is the process you have to go through on your WordPress website whenever you open up a new location for your business. Now, before I show you how to set up Google Business Profile for multiple locations, let's talk about some other settings we have missed. Now, under your local SEO settings, there is this show route label. If you have utilized the store locator block under the local business block I've mentioned earlier, and you toggled the show map settings together with the show route planner, on the live page, if a search is done, you will see this My Route link where it will show you how to get to your store based on your current location. And if you want to change this label, you can do so either on the block editor itself or under the global local SEO settings. For example, how to reach us. As you save changes and you visit the live page, the label will be changed to this. And this works hand in hand with the detect location feature, which you can find under your local SEO settings as well. Over here, if this is toggled on your live page, before any search is conducted, your customers can click on this detect location link and the browser will ask for permission to track your location. If your customer selects allow, Google Maps will detect exactly where your customer is and the search parameter will be based on the location detected. To get these two features to work, you need to enable the geocoding API and the directions API in your Google Maps platform. Small little things like this creates a big impact towards your customer's experience. Now, as for this, all locations are part of the same organization. It will add a parent organization schema data to all the location pages, showing that this location page is under the same parent organization. It makes total sense to have this on when you have multiple locations, but it really depends on your use case. As for this enhanced search feature, depending on the WordPress theme that you use, whenever there is a site-wide search conducted where our store location will be displayed, you will have the business location data added below the excerpt of the location page. Some themes will only show the location page excerpt without the location data. Another cool feature to have is this Show Open Now label. What this will do is if your customer has landed on one of your location pages and right beside the date of the page visit, they will see this Open Now label. I'm pretty sure customers who are interested in visiting your store would want to know if you are open right now. So to have this crucial information displayed, when you use the local business block, you can either select the address or the opening hours type, and you have to toggle this Show Opening Hours option, and you will see the option right below it. Toggle this on and you will see the label. You can change this label to whatever you want. For example, we are open right now, and as we update the page, that's how it will look like. If you're using the Elementor or the classic editor, whatever that we have shared with you regarding the local business block settings can be applied and displayed as well. Let's talk about Elementor first. By default, Elementor is not activated on the local pages. So you need to go to Elementor settings and activate Elementor on the local post type. For my case, it is brunch as I've changed the label of the post type. As you save changes and you go to either one of the location pages, you will see the option to edit the page with Elementor. Now to add local SEO schema data to the page on Elementor, as we have done so earlier on the block editor, select SEO and schema, and you will see the local business schema here. All the information and details are the same. But if you want to display the information, it is unlike the block editor where you can just adjust the settings. With Elementor, you need to work with shortcodes. Add a shortcode module to the page, and you want to go to SEO and schema. Under the local business schema, you want to copy this shortcode over to the page. Remember, we have 4 types of display: the address, opening hours, map, and store locator. But let's say in this example, I'll use the address type. As for locations, to display the schema information on this location page, you want to check the post ID right at the top. This number is dedicated for your location page. And then depending on what attributes you want to display, you can turn it on or off. By default, some information like the company name, the logo, address, and so on will be displayed. If, for example, I want to hide the company name, let's go to this page, search for company name right here. Let's copy this attribute name, head over to your Elementor editor, over on your shortcode, we want to paste the attribute name here and equals blank. As you hit apply and update, your company name will be gone. The same goes for your logo. If we want to hide the logo, place the attribute name here equals blank, apply, and update. The logo will be gone. Now, what if I want to add the opening hours? The attribute name is right here. Let's copy this, go to the shortcode, add the attribute name equals true. As we apply and update, the opening hours will be displayed. The same goes for your classic editor. If you want to add the local SEO schema data, right at the bottom you will see Rank Math SEO's module. Select schema and you will see the local business schema. All the information and data are the same as well. And to add a shortcode, copy this shortcode and paste the shortcode here. Let's select the address type and update. As we view post, all the information will be added as well. And similar to Elementor, whatever you want to display or hide, all you need is just to know the attribute names. Now, there is one more last thing before we go to the Google Business Profile. I want to share with you our local sitemap that will help search engines know about your business locations. There are millions of new websites and pages surfacing the web every single day, and today, in this video, we have added 3 new pages. So how will search engines know that our pages exist? One method is through a sitemap. I don't want to go too in-depth into sitemaps because we have a dedicated video for that, which is popping up at the top right. I've left a link in the description as well. As long as the schema structured data, the sitemap, and the local SEO knowledge graph are toggled on the sitemap settings, under local sitemap, if you toggle this KML file on, which means keyhole markup language, all the geolocations will be added to the local sitemap, together with the name, address, and phone number, the NAP. If you want to know how to submit this sitemap to Google so that they will take notice of your new location pages, check out the video I've mentioned. The link is in the description. I'm pretty sure it is quite comprehensive. And finally, let's set up multiple locations on your Google Business Profile. Once you're logged into your Google Business Profile Manager, remember this is your main branch, so you want to change the name of your business to, for example, Jack's Locksmith Orchard Branch, just to be consistent with your location page. And your main branch now has a new URL, so on your website, copy the branch URL or location URL, click on edit, and you want to paste the new URL here. Let's click apply. Next, to add new locations, go to businesses on the left panel. You want to click on add business. If you have a lot of branches or locations to add, you may want to select import businesses and download their templates so that it's easier for you to add multiple locations. But for my case, there are only 2 other branches, so I'll add each location manually. We'll start with the Tampines branch. The name of the business needs to match the name on the location page. You can go through the same process again as we have done with the single location. But over at the areas you serve, it is best that you select the exact areas where this new branch will serve. For example, in the east of Singapore, we have Bedok, Tampines, Pasir Ris, or whatever. Be as accurate as possible. Time to study your map. Add the contact information of your branch manager as you have included in the website. This will be the Tampines page URL that we have created. And you will do the same verification. Add your services. Add your business hours for that branch. Add a business description for your branch. And if your branch is new, you may not have images taken in the branch, but you can add images of your existing business. Later on, when your branch is more established, you can add more branch specific images or videos to it. And we are done. A new location is now added to your Google Business profile. You can repeat the same steps for more branches. But the information you need to update on your website is the service areas. You can copy all this information and paste it on your location schema. And we are done. That's how you set up multiple locations on both your website and Google Business profile. Now here comes the interesting part. I will share with you all the local SEO tips to help you get results much faster. The first tip I have for you is to know what your customers or potential customers are searching for. You can use a tool like Ahrefs Keyword Generator. The link is in the description. Select your country to discover local searches and type in, for example, your services. Give it a while and it will suggest a list of local keywords that are related to your service or product. From there, you can see the number of local searches every single month. About 1.9k people in Singapore are searching for locksmith near me every month. 150 searches are for 24-hour locksmith every month. Locksmith for letterbox has 70 searches every month. People in Yishun, which is a town in the north, are searching for locksmith. So from this example, do you want to rank for all these keywords? If yes, let's go to tip number 2, which is to create content that serves the intent of the keywords. So for our example, we want our content to rank for 24-hour locksmith, locksmith for letterbox. You don't have to create separate pages to target each of the search query. In our example, we have a couple of location pages with the locksmith keyword. And since these pages are kind of like service pages, you want to utilize them to target the keywords. On those pages, you can add content. For example, if you are living in Tampines and you found yourself locked out of your house or office, no matter how early or late you are in distress, fear not. We are a 24-hour locksmith that will get any doors open for you legitimately. Even if you need a locksmith for letterbox at 7 a.m., we will be there for you. So on this page, you are targeting 2 keywords. If you find more relevant keywords that are related to the locksmith service, do not keyword stuff, but think about how you can naturally add those keywords into the article or the location page or service page. Maybe you can add real customer testimonials or reviews that include certain keywords. The key is to have a page that provides value to your customers. Value could include how long it takes for you to reach their location, the best contact person in that location. As long as you can add content that will help solve your customer's problem, you will rank for those keywords naturally. That goes into tip number 3, which is to avoid duplicate content. If we use this paragraph we have just created and paste it over to our other service location pages, maybe we change from Tampines to Jurong, we might be flagged with duplicate content or thin content. So to avoid that, the way I think we can elevate the value of your service pages is to add the same information such as the ones we have added earlier. So instead of all these locations from the east, we can add all the names of the towns. For example, Boon Lay, which is a location in the west, Clementi, Pasir Panjang, and etc. The timings here will depend on how fast your service staff can reach those areas. And you can change the contact person and information as well. So on all your other service pages, all the towns and timings will be different. You can maybe style this up to make it look nicer. The contact information and person will be different, so you will not be flagged for duplicate or thin content. Maybe you can add the faces of your service staff or your branch manager. This will leave a personal touch, and all the images will be different because you have different staff serving different branches. Tip number 4. Locksmith is not the only service that you provide, right? I'm pretty sure your business provides more than one service. So for every service and location, you want to have a separate page, each targeting different local search terms. For example, I have another service which is to sell digital locks. Since I have 3 branches and the service is available for all branches, I will add 3 new location pages with the page title Jack's Locksmith, which is the name of my business, and then Best Digital Lock Showroom in Jurong, or Orchard, or Tampines. People who are looking to buy a digital lock will not be searching for the keyword install digital lock. So I wouldn't add the keyword install digital lock. You gotta understand what your customers are searching for. They will most likely want to visit your store before purchasing the lock. It really depends on your usual customer journey. Most of the time, customers in Singapore, like myself, would not buy a digital lock unless I can touch and feel it. So therefore, the keyword I'm targeting is this, together with the location. And within the location pages, you want to do a write-up that includes all the targeted search terms we have discussed earlier. That's how you should create location pages for different services, and in each of the page, you want to target different search terms. Tip 5 is to reply to all your customer reviews, be it positive or negative. Show some class here. If you receive a super negative feedback, "Hey, your food is yucky, your service staff are rude, I have to wait forever to get your food." Try to soften the mood by trying to understand the problem from the customer's point of view, and you want to offer an incentive to give you and your business another chance to serve that customer better. Do not fall into the trap and take it personally. A negative feedback followed by a negative reply will only bring bad reputation for your business. Tip 6 is to add images and videos whenever possible to your Google business profile. Before any new customers engage with your business, they will likely consume the reviews, images, videos, and everything that is available. It creates trust, and customers are more comfortable engaging with your business. Tip 7 is to engage influencers, bloggers, magazines, or whatever to mention your business and have them link back to your website. The more backlinks you receive, the more trustworthy your website is, the more likely the content of your website will rank higher on local search terms. Don't pay for low quality backlinks. Tip 8 is to utilize Bing places for business. Although Google is a giant when it comes to local searches, Bing is still significant enough to bring leads and customers. It only takes a little bit of your time to set it up, and it can benefit you for a long term, so why not? This is the link to set up your business for Bing places. I've left the same link in the description. Tip 9 is to claim your business on online directories and review sites such as Yellow Pages, Yelp, Apple Maps, Foursquare, Glassdoor, and the thing is, remember NAP? All your names, addresses, and phone numbers need to be consistent across all platforms. Tip 10 is to encourage your happy customers to add a review specifying the location where they receive your service. The more positive reviews that come with location-specific keywords, the higher chance your content will rank for those local search terms. Tip 11 is to add internal links to your service pages. For example, on the Tampines service page, you can add something like, "Before you engage us, maybe you want to try and unlock the door without a key. If you really can't solve the problem, we will be glad to assist you." On the keyword "unlock the door without a key," you can create a content that walks people through how to perform the task on their own. And you want to add an internal link to that page. Sounds like you don't want the business, but honestly, most of the time, this builds more trust because you are giving people options. Instead of saying, "You need to engage my services," I'm empowering you with the knowledge, and if you can't fix it on your own, let the master help. This is more engaging for the customer, and most of the time, customers will leave it to the professionals to do the job. This will allow you to have an internal link as well as it builds trust. I have just one more final tip to share, which is to be social. Having a Facebook page, a TikTok account, a YouTube channel, be on Twitter, Instagram, and if you're not exactly a content creator, maybe you can hire someone to create the content for you and post it across all the channels. The content will be related to your business and you are helping your customers to solve their problems. And who knows, if people love your content and they have a website, They may link back to you and it improves your authority in the business niche or business category, which will eventually lead to a higher ranking on the local search terms. So that's all you need to know about local SEO, and I hope this is comprehensive enough so that you don't need to hire a local SEO expert to set things up for you. If you find value in this video, just do it. It wouldn't hurt. Anyway, do leave a comment down below if you need help. We'll do our best to assist you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more SEO and business knowledge. We provide a lot of useful information every week, all because we care about your business. So check in with us every now and then. This is Jack from Rank Math. I'll see you in the next video.